Your man got a question for us, so let's check this out. But before we get into the video, do me a favor, like the video and leave a comment. I do my best to respond to as many as I can, and I really enjoy listening to what you guys have to say. Subscribe to my channel and hit that hype button if you really want to help your boy out. It is really appreciated.
I believe I'm involved in a story like this. I haven't actually talked to anyone about what happened, even though a lot of people are trying. I think I just need to vent a little bit before I talk to anyone. My girlfriend and I were together for 4 years, and we were engaged to be married. Last weekend, she had her bachelorette party. I didn't have a problem with it, especially after what she told me was the plan. Her and some friends were going to rent an Airbnb or something, a big place with like 4 bedrooms, and they were just going to get trashed and party and hang out. The day of the party, she was at my place, a 2-bedroom apartment, one room I use as a home office. I am a self-employed investor. She makes all of the arrangement and goes to meet her friends. We text a little, but as the party warmed up, we stopped and I figured they were just having fun. After midnight, I started getting ready for bed and noticed that the computer in my office isn't turned off. Rather, the black screen was just a screensaver. It turns out fiance had not logged out and her messenger was still open on the computer.
Oh.
There's a group chat there and her girls had been planning everything. And a lot of videos were uploaded to the chat.
Now, if that was my fiance, I would close the laptop because I trust her. And what's happening on that trip is between her and her friends.
Nah, this bullshit.
You mean to tell me this is the girl I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with and the universe just threw me this alley-oop and you don't think I'm gonna dunk it? I would grab me some popcorn, put it on the big screen and get to watching.
I was a little curious and I started watching some of the videos. Most of them were pretty innocent, just a group of 15 girls getting drunk and stoned and dancing and whatever. And there's a video of a woman going to the front door and about 10 guys enter the apartment. I don't know who they were and I didn't recognize anyone. There were a couple of videos of the guys and girls dancing and drinking. And then the worst happened. A video started of my fiance making out with a guy on the sofa. She stops and rolls over and starts making out with a second guy. Then there was a video of her and the 2 guys going into a bedroom. There was also a video of them coming out that according to the timestamps was 5 minutes later. But that doesn't mean anything. For all I know, the videos were an hour apart and they were all just uploaded at the same time. Seeing all this was like a sledgehammer to the guy. I walked into the bathroom because I thought I would be sick. I wasn't, but I feel like I paced back and forth in the apartment for about 30 minutes. Then I poured myself a rocks glass full of whiskey and chugged it down. I saved the videos and then made one of my own. Just a short little selfie video of me saying, "Hi, this is my name, your ex-fiance. Just wanted to say I saw the videos from the party and the wedding is off. I hope it was worth it."
Damn.
I'm glad I saved the videos because in less than 10 minutes, they were all deleted and my phone started blowing up, but I didn't answer any calls or texts. At first, it was just my girlfriend texting saying she can explain, and it's not what it looked like.
It's not what it looks like.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Then her friends joined in, but I ignored everyone and didn't respond. Then suddenly, I got a request for a video chat, and I'll admit, my curiosity got the best of me.
Wow.
I answered the call, but didn't say anything. It was my fiance sitting in front of the camera, and she looked like she had been crying, and the other friends just around her. I really only know maybe 4 of the friends, but I recognize a lot of the others. First, she started apologizing, but kept saying it wasn't what it looked like. It was just a party and the guys coming over was not planned or anything like that.
So let me get this right. Y'all plan time off work, y'all plan the location, plan for the food, plan for the liquor, but nobody planned for these 10 dudes to come over. Got it.
She said it might have looked bad, but nothing happened. When I didn't say anything, she just kept going on, more of the same, and her friends backed her up.
Oh, her friends backed her up. Oh, you should have just said that. Why wouldn't I listen to the same women who were there when all of this stuff went down and most likely were the ones who talked her into doing it in the first place? Yeah, why wouldn't I listen to them?
The more I didn't speak, the more hysterical she got. Eventually, she admitted to kissing the 2 guys, but dumped the blame on her friends who all took responsibility for that, which surprised me a little. She said the kisses didn't mean anything, and that's all that happened.
Really? Really, dude?
Then she seemed to remember the video of her going to the bedroom, and she started screaming that it was a joke and nothing happened. All the other women confirmed it was just a joke and that my fiance had walked into the room and then turned around and walked out again. This just kept going on, and they just kept repeating themselves. Eventually, everyone got quiet and all I said was, "Is there anything else to add?" She said no, and I just ended the video call.
Like that nigga, like him.
I went on to social media and changed my relationship status to single and posted that the wedding was off. And if anyone had brought a present, they should feel free to return it. Fiance saw the post and is freaking out even more and just keeps insisting that all she did was kiss and nothing else.
That's enough for me.
I sent her a text saying if I suspect that her or any of her friends lie about what happened to try to make me the bad guy, then I will post all the videos online.
Damn.
Right now, no one else knows what's happening. This was a couple days ago and everything for the wedding is canceled and my fiance just keeps pursuing me. Any advice on what I should do from here?
Yeah, I know what you should do.
Not a damn thing.
Because you don't did what you needed to do. There's nothing else to do. You're just moving with your life. There's no way in hell you need to be even considering going back to this chick. Don't even consider it. If that just means being single for the next couple years, you do that, but you do not get back with that woman. She knows she's lying, you know she's lying, and we know she's lying. So there's nothing to consider here. And on top of that, if she's doing this before the wedding, you already know what's gonna happen after the wedding. And any man who says okay to this, and then after he marries her, she cheats on him, divorces him, and takes his money, I would have nothing to say bad about that woman. Nothing. Because she literally showed you what your future was. She just put it on the table right there. And you took it and you expected something else? The only person who would be at fault for that is you. That's it. And I also want to say, I love the way you handled it. You wasn't like on the phone yelling at her. You didn't make a big scene. It wasn't a big fight. You said, if this is how she want to move, cool. Well, this is the way I want to move. The wedding's off. And because you know women the way I know women, you knew that there's a chance that they were going to put this all on you and make it seem like it was your fault. So you have your little blackmail tapes just in case they try to pull that number, which I thought was genius. So you position yourself very well. There's nothing she can do. She just has to go out there and try to figure it out. And she will be okay. I will say, once she gets over this and she meets another guy, there's a good chance she won't cheat on her fiance at the bachelorette party, but there's a good chance she's still going to cheat, because I believe that is just who she is. Anybody who can do that to me, you got to be careful with them, because it wasn't just one dude. She went in the room with two dudes. She was making out with two dudes. There are red flags everywhere. I haven't seen this much red since the prom scene on the movie Carrie. Yes, she's regretting it right now and she's going through it. But trust me, if you let that woman back in your life, you will regret it. Guaranteed. No doubt about it. And on top of that, her friends. Think about the friends that she rolled with. Those trifling heifers first set her up for it and then sat on the phone and tried to lie to you about it. And these are the women you want your wife to be hanging around in the future? Sir, just continue doing what you're doing. You made the right decision. Do not second guess yourself. Now, I don't know if you guys live together or anything like that. If that's the case, you handle what you got to handle with that. But you get the hell away from this girl. You move on with your life, because you did good. You handled that exactly the way I would handle it. No fussing, no fighting. You just move on. That's how you handle that situation. And something else I thought was weird. This could just be a woman thing, but why would they record this and then put it in the messenger? Like, what is that for? Like, y'all recording evidence that she is cheating. Now, to me, that sounds crazy. Why would you want something like that on video? So y'all can look back and laugh at the fact that she cheated on her husband like years later? Like, what is the purpose of that? And then we all know how women fall out. The last thing you want is these women having access to a video of you cheating on your fiance at your bachelorette party. And I know some of you women thinking, well, my homegirl will never do that. Yes, she would. There is nothing like a woman scoring. You do something to that woman, or she think you do something to her, and next thing you know, that same damn video you thought she would never share will be floating around on Facebook somewhere. So I don't understand why they would do that. It doesn't make sense to me. Listen, I know men cheat too. I'm not sitting here saying men don't cheat, but one thing I don't believe a lot of men do is record the cheating and then throw it up in the group chat to talk about it. I just don't believe men do that. Now, of course, I'm not around all men. There may be some groups of men out there who do stuff like that, but I just think that is crazy. Why would you record it, then throw in the group chat so whoever's in that group chat has access to it and can pull it out at any time they want if they ever get upset with you? That's insane, and I don't get it. Now, I will say one of the girls could have got drunk and she went rogue and started recording the video and thought it would be cute to put it in the group chat so they can laugh at it. So this is probably something that the girl didn't even know was happening until her fiance hit her up. And I'm pretty sure if that was the case, she'd let her friend know about it. But the whole thing is just wild to me.
I ain't gonna lie. Once I learned how to shut the up in a relationship, like, it just got easier. Like, that's one thing I give to the men. Like, y'all was right. Like, sometimes we just need to shut up. And, I get what I want when I just listen and shut up. It's all right. Just shut up. It goes a long way, ladies.
I can appreciate this message from this young lady, but I just want to make sure we are very clear. These women are not going to listen to you. They're not going to do that. See, what you're saying is too easy. That's the problem. It's just too easy. It's too simple for these women, so they're not going to do it. I do appreciate this message, but I'm just being honest with you. They're not going to do it. If 10,000 women listen to this video, maybe 5 of them are going to give it a try, but that's going to be about it. I appreciate you trying, but we all know who we're dealing with. It ain't going to work.
The number one thing that confuses me about dating right now is that it feels like a lot of guys like me, but they don't want me. Like, they're physically attracted to me, they might like talking to me, they like all my stories and everything on Instagram, they might send me a DM every so often, but no one wants to actually make an effort to create something substantial with me. No one wants to make any sort of commitment, no one wants to plan dates, and I feel like I'm in such a weird period. Sorry, there were people, but it just feels like I'm in a weird holding period with a lot of these guys who are definitely breadcrumbing me, stringing me along, making me think that they're eventually going to make an effort. I just have to give it time, and I can't rush anything. There was one certain guy that we had been on 2 dates, they went really well, we were talking, we were FaceTiming, and I tried to plan a third because he hadn't yet, and it had been 2 weeks since we had seen each other. So I tried to plan a third, and he told me that he thought I was forcing it, and he was like, it'll just happen, let it happen, like, when we can see each other. I'm like, plans just don't happen out of thin air. Someone has to plan it, and clearly you're not. So I was told I was forcing it. So I don't know, it's very confusing to be liked by many but wanted by none. And it's kind of sad.
All right, fellas, who gonna tell her? I know exactly what's happened to this young lady after just listening to her for 1 minute. Now, to me, she's not a bad looking chick. Based on how she sounds in this video, doesn't seem like she has a horrible personality or anything like that. So based on the limited information I have, I think this is a very simple issue going on here. She's doing the same thing that a lot of other women are doing. She's chasing after the same guys that everybody else is chasing after. That's what it is. There are guys out there who would absolutely date this chick. There are guys out there who would plan the dates with this chick. There are guys out there who would give her exactly what she just asked for, but she wants the guys at the top. There is nothing wrong with that. You women can go after whoever you want, but these are going to be the results. Those men are not breadcrumbing you. They're just waiting to have sex with you, and then they're going to disappear. It sucks, but when you're in the big leagues, this is what's going to happen. I know you women don't like to hear this, but if you just brought it down a notch, not go after Chad, I promise you will have better results. Because to me, it's very clear what's happening here. And you are not alone. There are millions of women out there in the same situation that you're in, and y'all are so confused by it, but there's nothing to be confused about. Y'all going after the same 10 men. That's basically what it is.
So I was arguing with my male friend the other day, and I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. Am I wrong? So the question he asked me was, if a woman is disrespected at a gas station, right? And she goes home and she tells her partner and or her male family and says what happened, and she like, you need to handle that for me. And those men proceed to go handle that for her. Who is at fault if something is to happen to that man? And number one, my thought was, is this not just patriarchy manifested into reality? Having men been telling women that we're weak and they're strong and that they're the providers and the protectors, and now you're called to protect somebody who feels disrespected or feels violated, and now they're at fault for leaning into what you told us we're supposed to believe in to begin with. And then the other thing I'm thinking is, as a man, if you're at a gas station harassing women and somebody comes and handles you, number one, why are you at a gas station harassing women to begin with? And why is it seen as a problem if someone comes and says, you was harassing my girl, I'm finna beat you up? Also, the other thing is, if your woman comes to you and says, hey, this is what happened, and you decide to go handle that man as you would deem was the appropriate thing for her to do, aren't you grown enough to say, like, I'm only going to handle this to a certain degree? I'm not going to go all the way and take any lives. I'm just going to go up there and beat him up. Like, or I'm not going to go up there and do anything because it's over now and you're at home and you're safe. Like, I feel like y'all have options. And somehow trying to blame the woman who is essentially leaning into the construct that she's been told for all her life, as well as other women have been told for generations, now they're being held responsible for what y'all came up with to begin with. I'm confused about that.
All right, let me give her my thoughts on this. I don't think there's anything wrong with a woman telling her man what happened at the gas station, if she's telling him for the right reasons. There are women out there who will come and tell their man this because they know their man is a crash out. He's gonna go up there and do something crazy. And these women like that. It turns them on. And if that is the purpose of a woman doing it, knowing that people are pulling out weapons and just taking people's lives left and right, and you know what he's gonna do, then you're wrong. Now, if you know your man is the calm type that will think things out and won't do anything irrational, and you tell him, that's different. There are some women who just want to tell their man because it's something that bothered them. They're not expecting him to go do anything. They just want to get it off their chest and share it with their boyfriend, husband, or whatever. But if your expectations is for him to go up there and do something, then yes, I do believe a woman will have some blame in that. But she doesn't have all the blame. The man should think and be smart about how he handles that situation. If this guy is at the gas station harassing her and you run up there thinking you're just going to go fight this dude, then you're not thinking correctly. Number one, men don't fight like they used to back in the day. Men are pulling out their weapons and handling it that way. Number two, if this man is at the gas station just harassing women all day, he most likely is prepared for somebody to come back and do something about it, and he's waiting for that. Number three, when you have something to lose, it is not smart to sink to the level of people who don't. There are a lot of people out there with nothing to lose, and they just want you to come play with them, and you gotta be smarter than that. There's an old saying, never wrestle with a pig in the mud because you're both gonna get dirty, but the pig is gonna like it. And that is what happens when you're out there playing around with people with nothing to lose. Something bad is probably gonna happen to both of you, but the other person had nothing to lose, so they're okay with that. So I do agree with the fact that the man is in full control on how he handles that situation, because in life you can't fight every battle. Some of those battles you got to just walk away from. Now, I am just talking about a man calling her out her name or something like that. If the man put hands on her, that is a whole different conversation. We're talking about a man just saying something that got her feeling a certain type of way. And here's the crazy part. If the man runs up there to protect her and he loses his life, the person who's going to be crying and hurt the most is the girl, because now she lost her brother, her father, her boyfriend, whoever it is, over something she knows she would have been over in an hour. So the person who's going to pay for it the most will be the woman, because that'll be something on her mind for the rest of her life. But let's be clear, if you're the type of girl you want your man to crash out and go do crazy stuff every time somebody says something wrong to you, then you're the type of woman men need to stay away from. But telling the man who cares about you what happened at the gas station, that to me isn't necessarily the problem. The reason you told him, to me, is the problem. If you're telling them because you want to see him turn into a cowboy and go up there like it's the Wild Wild West, that's a problem. But if you're telling them understanding that you have the type of man who can handle that information and make a good decision based on what you told them, that's something totally different. But to me, it depends on the reason you're telling them and the type of man you're giving this information to. Because y'all would sit there and play dumb like y'all don't understand why he did what he did, but you knew before you even told him that your crazy boyfriend was going to go up there, and you told him anyway. And I also want to say, if you really care about your boyfriend, brother, husband, whoever, you do have control of that situation as well. And what I mean by that is you can still tell him, but you can tell him the next day. Now he can't go to the gas station and fight the guy because he's not there. So there's ways you can do it without him getting hurt, but you still can get it off your chest. So don't be afraid to exercise those options as well. But he needs to make better decisions on how he needs to handle that stuff. That's what I'm saying. And as far as what you're saying about the patriarchy and all that stuff, this just boils down to protection. You want to make sure your woman, your daughter, your mother, whoever that is, feels protected. But at the same time, if you run around chasing after every man who ever says something wrong to the woman that you care about, you're probably going to end up either in jail or losing your life, and then there will be nobody there to protect her. So you got to remember that too. But anyway, leave your thoughts on the video. Appreciate you watching. See you next time.